This is Block 8, Pax Americana, Section 2. The Cold War begins with a section entitled the Nuremberg Trials. One of the issues that came, it really was the last times that the United States and the Soviet Union even came close to cooperating on anything, was about the question what to do with the top defeated Nazis. Most of the top Nazis had committed suicide in the final days of World War II. Hitler committed suicide, Joseph Goebbels, the propaganda minister, committed suicide, Heinrich Himmler, the head of the SS, committed suicide. Lots of other, top Nazis committed suicide as the war ended. The top surviving Nazis that did not get away, and some got away, mostly to South America, were put on trial. It was decided not to just kind of take them and execute them, but to have this kind of really complicated, big judicial proceeding. And the big three, the United States, Britain, and the Soviet Union, joined by France, set up this enormous trial to put the top Nazis on trial for a series of crimes, including crimes against peace, crimes against humanity, waging offensive war, and to be perfectly honest with you, the fourth one escapes me right now. They were put on trial for crimes that really did not exist while they committed them. So some judicial purists said that the trial was, it was not a trial of justice at all, but the crimes of the Nazi regime, demanded some sort of justice. And the British and the Americans did not want to just shoot them. The Soviets did. We convinced the Soviets to have this trial. But 22 of the top, the world watched transfixed. The Chief Justice of the American Supreme Court, Robert Jackson, was the chief prosecutor at Nuremberg. He put these men on trial for these different crimes. There was 22 of them on trial. The top surviving Nazi, and kind of the star of the show, was Hermann Göring, was kind of Hitler's right-hand man for several years. He was the head of the German Air Force, the Luftwaffe. Being on trial did him actually a lot of good. He lost about 100 pounds. He got off of drugs. He was fit as a fiddle, looking forward to defending himself during the trial, and he did so with great gusto. But the judges really weren't buying it, and in the end, of the 22 that were on, and it was a fair trial. They got an opportunity to call witnesses, they got an opportunity to defend themselves, to ask for mitigation. In the end, of the 22 top Nazis on trial, 12 of them were sentenced to death. 11 of those 12 were hanged. The only one who escaped hanging was Göring. Göring kind of made a deal with his American jailer. The American guard, he befriended him and had him sneak in a vial of cyanide, and Göring committed suicide the night before he was to hang. He cheated the noose. But of the 22, 12 were hanged, 7 received long jail terms, and 2 of them were acquitted of all charges against them, and they got to go free. There were similar trials in Japan, but the trials in Germany of these top Nazis really captivated the attention of the world. It was the last time, really, that the United States and the Soviet Union cooperated on anything, because it was really the end of the war, and it was the last thing that the two countries really had in common at all.